Welcome back to another video. My name is Kyle and I suck at budgeting. It is the end of the month of May. My goodness, was that fast. So we're going to go out and close our YNAB budget for the month. We'll talk about a couple things as we go along. For those that are new, I am trying to hit 600 subscribers by the end of the year. Oh my goodness, that is a giant mess behind me. Sorry, I'm in the process of like doing a lot of stuff, which we'll talk about in a second. But sorry, ADD. Let's get back. I am trying to reach 600 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm currently around 455. So if you could help me get to that goal, I would greatly appreciate it. If you've never seen a video before, I do Budget with Me's twice a month. I do budget closeouts, obviously only once a month because you only close out your budget once a month. And then we do Beyond the Budget. It's every week at the moment on Mondays at 9 a.m. So I'm going to put this video live actually on Tuesday, so it'll be a little bit late for the start of the month just because Beyond the Budget comes out on Monday and this will come out on Tuesday. So that's the plan with that. We've got some stuff to talk about, some new things to the budget potentially, and we'll kind of go through all of that. So I'm going to walk you through my budget closeout, and we'll kind of talk about things as they happen. So let's hop into YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget, and that's the screen that you're looking at behind me. There's a lot of new stuff going on. I've got a new setting on the mic to try and eliminate static because I had some more issues with static again. So I think this new setting might work. We'll give it a shot. I've also switched browsers, so I had to rebuild some stuff to make sure the browser fit in the screen. It's a little bit bigger now. Moved over to the Zen browser from the Arc browser because the Arc browser on Windows was giving me grief. So I'm now on the Zen browser. But let's keep going and we'll talk about what's going on over here. So the first thing we're going to do in our budget closeout, we are going to go to pending transactions. So let's start there. Let's go there. And let's look at all our transactions. We do have a pending transaction. Spoiler alert, I did not budget for it. So that's the overspent category that you see. Also have 5 new transactions to approve, so let's get them approved. So this is all good. It all matches. The nice thing about gas this week wasn't $100. Last week was $99.30, and then I had to go back out because I forgot I needed gas for my lawnmower. So it was over $100 for gas that week, which sucked. But these are all fine. We can go ahead and approve all these, and let's get back to plan. So I'm just going to mark off Todoist as we go along. So we did pending transactions, and we can go to the next stuff. Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't open up. This might be a problem. Let's see if Drive is connected. It should be. Nope. Why did you not autofill Google Drive? You're making me look like a noob. That might be my new DNS server. All right, cool. All right, so we need early retirement. And we need financial stuff. Okay, cool. Let's get back into YNAB. All right. So we're going to go through and we're going to go look at our overfunded categories, and let's move some money around. So let's go to all. Actually, we have overspent categories. Let's deal with them first. Oh, I know why. Okay. Cool. Forgot about that. All right. So we've got 2 overspent categories. I forgot about one of them. So let's figure out where we can pull money from. We're going to start with the keyboard fund. $142. Perfect. That'll cover that. So you guys know I'm a big fan of Boston Scally. This is the donut hat that they brought out last year. for National Donut Day, which is sometime in June, I think. They brought in a Ninja Turtle hat. Like, how do you not buy the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hat if you grew up when I grew up? Like, you have to buy that hat. So I bought that. I've been looking at another one called the Midnight Summer, so that'll be here this week. But I didn't budget for it, so we're going to rob the keyboard fund and cover that. Clothes. So I bought Birkenstocks, and I have been buying Birkenstocks with the plan of being able to resole them myself. And I want to put Vibram soles on all of them, but I'm having trouble finding the actual soles that I can put on them. So I found a guy. I thought he could do it with Vibrams. He says he can't get them. So he's going to put Birkenstock soles on them. So I sent my Birkenstocks to him. There are some companies online that will do them. I'm just going to keep looking for Vibram soles. I've got some time before my 2 other pairs of Birkenstocks need resoling. So I'm kind of looking for that stuff. So this will be keyboard fund for $30. And then we got to figure out where the other $66 is coming from. So let's look. We can go old-fashioned Word. I did go to the grocery store today. Let me put in a quick transaction for that. Because I didn't see it. Add transaction, Kroger, old-fashioned Word, $2.99. Save. Forgot salad dressing. So for my dense bean salad. So let's go back to plan. And then we can go here. That'll change what old-fashioned Word looks like. Ooh, nope, not mortgage. 1645 there, which needs another 4977. Let's see where else we can yank from. Eating out is the obvious, so let's do that. Cool. All right, so overspent is covered. Now we're going to go through and start robbing some money. So payroll deductions we don't touch. We're just going to close that and call it good. So the first thing I see is mortgage. We're leaving that in there. I still haven't... I was going to send an extra payment in. I've got $1,200 extra to send in. And after doing the whole AI video thing that I did, there we go. After doing that whole AI video that I released last week, kind of rethinking the emergency fund, and I might move that $1,200 to the emergency fund instead of putting it towards the house. Still kind of thinking about that. So we're just going to leave the money, let it sit for a little while. I got to push that button 3 times now to make it work. Awesome. Great. So we'll leave that there for now. Eating out can get moved up to ready to assign. Gas can get moved up to ready to assign. I did budget extra for gas. Guess I budgeted too much. That's just fine. Ready to assign is good. And backup debit stays, emergency fund stays, just checking to make sure it matches. It does. Non-monthly bills can stay the same, I think, except for, did I rob you already? 1Password, no. So I've decided I'm going to fully make the move to Bitwarden, which I'm self-hosting on my server back there. I've been using it for a year. It's been working. So my renewal for 1Password was up this week, and I did not renew it. So I'm going to move that $40 back to ready to assign, and we're going to hide that and be done with that. Okay. Everything else is good in here. So you'll see that Claude Pro is now in here. I did go ahead and pay for that subscription. So we're going to move over to June. I paid for it for a month. And I have to tell you, it is changing the way I do things, for the better. So I'm going to need this by June 24th. and it's an annual bill. So I paid for a month just to see what it was going to do. And what it has done is just ridiculous. So just to give you, I mean, this is like a brief little thing that I've done with it. So I've used AI to get like recipes and stuff to like fit my calorie goals and make sure that I have, enough like fruits and vegetables and stuff in those goals. And I would then copy and paste all that into Todoist, and then I'd go through one by one and label them separately, because I go to two different stores, so I label them for one store and one for the other. So with when you pay for the Claude subscription, you have this thing called Cowork, which basically gives you the ability to give rules to Claude in Markdown files. So what I did was I said, okay, Claude, we're going to go through recipes. I'm going to ask you to, give me a recipe a week, basically. And when I approve the recipe, here's what I want you to do. Take all of the ingredients, put them into Todoist as separate tasks. And I want you to then take all of the produce, all of the meat, and mark it with the label Fresh Market. Everything else is going to go to the label of Kroger, except for deli meat. And I want you to put all of those tasks with a due date of Saturday. And that was it. So now every time I go through, I tested it out this week. It worked flawlessly. It was amazing. I did my recipes. I said, cool, done, send it over. And it did. It was perfect. Like that normally would have taken me a half hour to 45 minutes to get all that stuff in there. That's not true. Maybe 20 minutes to get it in there labeled and all that sort of stuff. So it's just so much easier now doing that. So, all right, back to YNAB. So I do need to budget for the yearly subscription starting in June, which we'll do. So I just want to look at MLB TV as well. So I am enjoying MLB TV. I do have a Target, which I didn't realize I had done already. Perfect. Okay, cool. Domains and hosting are fine. Books. I bought the new Dungeon Crawler Carl book. So that can go to ready to assign. I budgeted too much for it. Custom in-ear monitors. I've got $50 left from the audiologist visit. Quick little update on that. I went there on Thursday. She looked at the pictures of the molds, didn't even look at the molds. She looked at it and went, oh yeah, I see exactly why they rejected it. I went, oh, thank goodness. So she took 2 more molds for me. She said she thinks they'll be good with them. I have a weird fold in my ears, and it's so narrow that the mold material doesn't get down far enough. So she had to like wiggle my ears and like get it to like get the material in, which is why the other guy struggled. She's like, honestly, I think they're good enough, but if I'm being honest, I kind of want to do them one more time, but right now your ears are inflamed and they're getting swollen. And she didn't want to take the molds with swollen ears because that would affect the way they print the custom monitors. So, there's a chance I'm gonna have to go back one more time to get it done. But the company has the pictures. I'm hoping to have an answer by tomorrow, whether they're approved or not. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Hopefully they'll approve them and we can start getting them made. Music and Nature Camp is perfect the way it is. So yeah, we've got $362.96 to budget with in the month of, oh, wait a second. What did I steal from? Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So just so you guys, so I've gotten bit by this before. If you go to recent moves, this is such a cool thing. It shows you the month that you stole your money from, which, so like the last move that I made was in May. What was the last move I made in May was this $40. And I did all the other moves in June, which is fine. I just want to make sure I wasn't stealing money that I shouldn't have been stealing. So, cool. All right. Awesome. An alarm's going to go off in 5 minutes. So when you hear me yell at Google, it's just that my beans are almost done cooking. So, $362.96 to budget with. So let's see where we can budget some money. I'm going to throw $25 in dog medicine and treats. I'm going to... haven't budgeted for that yet, which I usually do with my first paycheck of the month, so I'm not worried about that. And spoiler alert, I'm really kind of thinking about updating this total to be more in line with what Claude recommended, the $300 to $400 range. I'm going to make that decision when we get to the next paycheck, which will be June 10th. So that'll be that. I think I'm going to move it up to $400. I think that's the plan. So that gives me $337.96 to play around with. I could just fund Claude right away and be done with it, but I'm going to listen to AI, and I'm going to budget for those Jeep mirrors. I think that's what I'm going to do. So Jeep upgrades, it was, I think, $292. I've got it in Todoist. Hang on a second. Upcoming. Where did I put it? Probably somewhere on the 8th. $293.12. Now I'm lost. There we go. $293.12, which gives me $44.84. That's going to go to Claude. I gotta tell you, like, if you guys have been playing with the online stuff to Claude, like only like the free version, you should take a look at 44.84. You should take a look at Claude paid version and look at Cowork. If you can figure out how to make it work. I've built, I mean, if you guys are interested in what I've built so far, I mean, it's nuts, the stuff that I'm able to do with this. Because it basically builds its own memory in Markdown files. So the more you work with it, the more it takes notes and makes itself better, like customized to you, which, the online version kind of does. But the cool thing is because it's all local, it doesn't waste tokens to go ahead and figure it all out and store it all itself. It's on my computers, and I've then set up sync thing on my computers so that it syncs between all three of my computers, so I can use it on whatever computer I want, and it'll always be up to date. So I'm really nerding out over it, and it's been really fun to play with. And so budget is done. The next thing we got to do is look and see what we've budgeted month ahead. So I've got something selected. Let's unselect. So assign in future months. I have assigned $2,300, 238167. Okay. 67. Yay. And all the kids rejoiced. Month ahead. 2381.67. So it went down a little bit, which is fine. Perfect. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is update TIAA and Vanguard. So TIAA's new balance is... hang on, sorry. YNAB today. TIAA's new balance is 71627.12. That's another good month. Vanguard's new total is 46130.51. So they both went up again, thankfully, and by a considerable amount, $5,000 and $8,000. So just like I said back in March when we went down by $3,000, like we're up $13,000. So don't freak out. It's okay. It's going to go up and down. Now that I've got a pacemaker, the only roller coaster I can ride, stock market. Quote that one. All right. Sorry. I've lost my mind. All right. Let's put this in the early retirement spreadsheet. We are in the month of May. I can just grab it from over here. I don't need to do that. Hey, Google, stop. All right, so Vanguard is 46130.51, and TIAA is 71627.12, which gives us $114,000 in there. Does that change anything? Nope, still can never retire. Fantastic. So, yeah. The good news is that some of these numbers will be changing soon. Mostly the employer contribution will be up to 7 in August, I think. So that's pretty cool. All right. Let's see. So we updated our FI sheet. We checked underfunded. We updated month ahead spreadsheet. We did all of that. I honestly think I forgot to reconcile on Friday. So let's go through and reconcile this. Does it match? Yup. This one I know is going to match. Emergency fund should match. Looks good. HSA, I got to double check. I'm pretty sure it matches, but I'm not going to reconcile it yet. I just want to double check and make sure that it matches. So I will do that off camera. So there is that. There we go. Well, that one took 6 button presses. My goodness. All right. I think that is a budget done and a closeout done. So thank you so much for watching. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done still today. So I'm cooking beans for a dense bean salad. I got chicken cooking for gyros this week, which I know is not how you say it, but I like saying it that way. I've got Karen is back. I don't know if I've told you that my keyboard's name is Karen. It's a Chord Kronos. It's a keyboard. It's all K. I needed a K name. And when I was setting up for this service that I played, I set it up so my iPad actually triggers the sounds, the sound changes based on what piece of music I was looking at. And while I was setting it up, the app would crash because the keyboard was setting too many requests back to the thing. It was literally talking back to my iPad. Like Karen. So I called her Karen. We had the service last night. It was a Pride service last night. Went super well. Worked flawlessly. And I've even gotten to the point where I was comfortable enough. One of the tunes we did was a tune called Plowshare Prayer, which is written by Spencer LaJoy, who lives up in Columbus area. And we needed more music. You know, they were lighting candles at this point. And we needed more music to stretch. And I was playing strings at the time. I was like, I'm kind of bored of the strings. And I was able to seamlessly just grab another patch while I was playing with my friend on the piano. And we just went. It was fine. It was great. It was perfect. So very, very happy. It's now back. Full setup is here. The plan for the rest of the day is to network these 2 keyboards together. The one that's over there. This thing. My Akai MPD 218 will get networked into all of this. So that's the plan for today, if I can tear myself away from cooking and stuff. So thanks so much for watching. For those that don't stick around to the end for the listening stuff. Yeah, for those that stick around for the listening stuff. I have moved on to the Dungeon Crawler Carl audiobooks. Oh my goodness, are they fantastic. If you've never listened to them, do yourself a favor and just listen to them because they're great. So my plan is I've read books 1 through 5. I'm going back and listening to 1 through 5. I will then read 6, listen to 6, read 7, listen to 7, listen to 8, read 8, listen to 8. And I'll do that for the last several. That gives me time for the other books to come out and I believe I heard it was a 10-book series, so we've got a few more books to wait for. So that'll help space things out just a little bit. An album for this video is going to be Michael McDonald live on Soundstage. I was looking for some new stuff to start learning how to play. I was like, you know what? Never really learned any Michael McDonald stuff. Like, that might be fun to learn. So I started looking at Michael McDonald's live stuff, and that was the only one I saw on Qobuz. So Michael McDonald live on Soundstage. So that is the album I'm going to recommend to you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in a couple days for the first paycheck for the month of June. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.